All right, fellow Arrow fans, time to take the final episode of the day, which is Next of Kin. The episode begins with Team Arrow in the quest for the criminal we saw go to the guide of Black Siren prior this season. Back at HQ, Diggle has to go persuading Dinah that his tremors are dealt with. Alfred and William are eating, and William was worrying about an upcoming test. Alfred goes to work and needs to manage the FBI's press examination on its association with the Green Arrow. While Oliver has been excused again as Green Arrow, the FBI, despite everything, needs to ensure the hooded vigilante has no association with the civic chairman's office. At a surfer farm, there's a break. A lady, Onyx, has broken in, utilized the glimmer explosive to render the laborers oblivious, and has started to hack a PC. Cops are here at the scene, who discovers Cord Industries. Tom requests to talk with the CEO and starts exploring the scene with the assistance of Team Arrow through their comm frameworks. Alberlins keep on conceptualizing on approaches to remove themselves from Team Arrow. Oliver, at that point, stops by Felicity's place at lunch. Felicity is exploring potential business names for her and Curtis's new business and starts conversing with Ollie about William. Oliver approaches her for help on the best way to mentor William with his math test. Curtis calls Felicity with certain updates about the break-in at Cord Industries. The burglar utilized specific nerve gas. Somewhere else, the Cord Industries truck is moving in evasion. As supposed objective upon its next assault, Diggle stops the truck to ride along. The truck stops just for Diggle to discover a start blocker. As he's looking at it, he's shot by Onyx. A battle breaks out between Team Arrow and Onyx after she utilizes a similar glimmer blast she utilized at Cord HQ. She and her buddies can take the gas the Cord's truck is moving. They at that point drive the truck and the rest of the canisters into a structure, denting the truck and the structure. Back at Arrow HQ, Renee and Dinah go up against Diggle about freezing the field. Felicity illuminates them that there were no losses. In any case, 12 or so individuals were treated for some smoke and word breath, and two are in basic condition. Felicity reveals to them the gathering is led by Onyx Adams, a previous Special Forces individual from the military. Diggle apologizes again, and the group consents to proceed onward. Oliver and staff members are viewing a news report on the heist and blast. Eric has a message that a city chamber part is attempting to get past an enemy of vigilante law. Diggle and Dinah are discussing Diggle's issues once more. Diggle expresses gratitude toward her for having her back, and she says she doesn't like the fact that the group needs a pioneer. Felix discovers that Onyx is clearing out individuals from our Special Forces unit, and there's one remaining and there's one remaining she presently can't seem to execute. Oliver approaches William about his upcoming test and offers up help with the entry rings. It's Renee. He's vexed about Dickle's activity in the field. He doesn't think Dickle can deal with being the pioneer and requests Oliver to return. Oliver's at Arrow HQ to converse with Diggle and Felicity. He requests that Felicity help Coach William and afterwards approaches Diggle. Diggle agrees to Oliver that he thinks the last committed an error by leaving the group. Oliver gives Diggle a motivational speech as closest to him, leaves the motivation behind why even got in the hood. Oliver proceeds with the motivational speech and closest to Diggle, in the event that he proceeds as the Green Arrow. He was superior saying that Oliver at any point was. Onyx begins getting everyone excited. They're talking about following Reynolds, the final Special Forces part. Felicity's coaching William. She clarifies how much her school was critical to her and requests that she keep coaching him. Oliver and Felicity both support William. Both support. William tells his father that Felicity is quite cool, and Oliver concurs. The group assembles at the fortification, and that Reynolds is moving and will be there and will before long be at a lodging where a large number of visitors are. At the event, the Onyx Air team discussed discharge the gas there. It could have unfortunate outcomes. Onyx and a group close in around with the gas. Group rushes up at the end and began battling with Onyx's team. After drew near by Diggle, Onyx begins discharging the gas. The colleagues flood Diggle with questions. He urges them to deal with the gas while he seeks after Reynolds. Diane utilizes her sonic forces to blow the trash can that the gas canister is in. Reynolds gets a limit outside. He is halted by Onyx. He's just going to shoot him. Diggle comes in to stop her in the two battle, but Diggle in the long run taking her out. Chris and Diana scatter the gas by puncturing the divider, and Renee approaches Diggle. In the wake of discovering that the issues are fathomed, Renee calls Diggle Hoss. Renee apologizes to Diggle about going to Oliver, and the two offer some kind of reparation. Curtis and Felicity show Diggle another weapon they can conjure for him, a particular crossbow. It is out and shoots various tennis balls, demonstrating to Dinah that the Tremors are no more. Aaron discloses to Oliver that the vigilante law has overpowering help. Oliver goes into the city board meeting and conjures a city decide that permits him to make the vigilante a statute open submission, permitting the residents of Star City decide on the issue rather than simply having it passed by the city gathering. At the FBI examiner's office, she's viewing the updates on Oliver's political proceed onward the TV and pins an image of Diggle close to his on her announcement board. Oliver appears at Lucy's home with a present for her. William got an A on his test. She opens the present and lays it and it's the key to Oliver's condo. Oliver discloses to her such William's reality will be better with her in it, and the two kiss. In a rare entryway, Diggle gives some more odd sum cash, and in return gets a medication that he infuses in himself that makes him consistent. Interesting. So anyway, let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. Felicity sees marker board with possible options for a company's name. One of the names she has crossed out reads Oracle, which a reference to Barbara Gordon, who used the moniker after becoming paralyzed from the waist down. She focused heavily on technology and computers. This sixth time Oracle has been referenced on Arrow, the first being the episode AWOL by Oliver. This is also a reference to the real life company Oracle Corporation. Felicity proposes Bit by Bit as a name for her Curtis's company, which Oliver remarks that it sounds like a sitcom from the 80s. This like a reference to the 1980s Scream. I mean, the 1980s sitcom Step by Step. Sorry. Most of this episode takes place on October 26, 2017, as seen in the Core Industries Expedition log the same day it first aired. Aww. Sorry. So, overall, I think this is a pretty interesting episode, and yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder what's gonna happen next. Wait, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. But yeah, I still think this episode is pretty good, and hopefully Diggle's arm problems won't be a permanent thing. So yeah. So overall, I give Tribute 3 arrowheads out of 5. Let me tune in more as we to the next episode, which is Reversal. So until then, in the words of the Green Arrow, you have failed this city.